And welcome to the second half of our double feature of live reactions with pop culturation to the September 24th Inside Xbox. Earlier we did the PlayStation one, that was fine. I mean, and you know, you had some cute indie games, which are okay, and you had Modern Warfare look good, and maybe actually a fleshed out, you know, story mode, but you know, we'll see. That comes out next month. We had Last of Us 2 looks good. We had a release date for that finally, which, as I said, was not coming out this year.
Hello, everyone. Welcome
I
to
called
Inside
that
Xbox. We've got a great show for you today, packed with announcements, assassins.
Months ago, I called that E3. I said that's why it was an E3.
Oh my! We've even got some very special info about Project xCloud. What is it? Where is it? I'll do you one better. Why is it? And most importantly, when can you try it out for yourself? All these answers and much more await you on this episode of Inside Xbox, starting right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to Inside Xbox. We have got a huge show for you today, including a ton of great games coming very soon and the latest from Project xCloud.
True, Layer Bear. Whether you're into pillaging on the high seas in Atlas, challenging Satan to a drink-off for your very soul in After Party, or finding your fortune in a capitalist space dystopia in the Outer Worlds, we've got games for everyone today.
Everyone except for those who like to play games with our heart.
Belgium.
See, no singing, because then we'd have to teach Larry to dance, and nobody wants to see that.
Fair point. Let's instead talk about another group of folks that tend to sing and dance a lot, pirates.
Yeah, brilliant segue there, Kate. Thank you very much. Anyway, the game is called Atlas. It is a persistent open-world pirate sandbox game that will challenge you to swashbuckle with the best of them. And it's coming to Xbox very, very soon. We're about to talk with Atlas's lead game designer, but first, we'll give you a head start on getting your sea legs with a new trailer for the game right now.
Look at this in MMO. Yeah, that's one thing. It looks interesting. I was like, oh, it's an MMO. Fuck. That says MMO. Or multiplayer only or something like that. Like, it's been several like these pirate games. Hard to keep track of them. You have the Thieves, Skull, the Swamp Bones. That could be interesting.
October 8th, just enough time to get my eye patch tailored. And, wait, a pirate game on Xbox? Haven't we seen that before? All right, let's address
I was talking
the
like Pirate Day the other day.
Yes, Sea of Thieves exists. It's awesome. But Atlas is really a very different type of experience. They're basically on opposite ends of the pirate spectrum, which is something that exists now. Basically, you have Jack Sparrow on this end of the spectrum, and on the other side is Captain Phillips. Look at me. I'm the captain now. You remember that?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't.
I might have chosen Kermit. Yeah.
To help us understand this more intense flavor of pirating lifestyle, we have Atlas lead game designer Eric Wananen to tell us, well, all about Atlas. So, Eric, tell us all about Atlas.
Sure, yeah. So obviously, yeah, there are a lot of pirate offerings now. There are a lot of things that differentiate us from, other pirate games, though. We want to create the ultimate pirate experience.
Yeah, it's a
so Atlas is an
multiplayer online
pirate
game.
It's a massive open world that thousands of players can connect to simultaneously. One of the coolest things that differentiates us, though, in the pirate space is that we actually provide a truly persistent world. So if I build a ship or a base in one place and you visit that location, you'll actually be able to see exactly what I've built, and you can interact with it too. We've created this gigantic sandbox where we let players do pretty much whatever we want. We've given them the tools and freedom to do that in true pirate fashion. So, if you're a player that wants to get all your friends together and create a fleet of pirate ships to then terrorize the seas, you can do that. If you want to claim an island and then build your own pirate hideout, you can also do that. The world is truly your oyster when it comes to Atlas.
Very good. I like the nautical theme there.
I can't stop making those little things.
Yeah, I mean, you totally couldn't play
you
them
talked about
except
sort of the scale of
online.
what you can do, but when you're talking about a pirate game, there's certain things that you really expect. You want to battle sea creatures. You're going to want to pillage ships. You're going to want to lose
It's
all
fun,
the
but it's
routine
just
because
like-
you don't have a fundamental knowledge of nutrition.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You gonna be able to do these things?
Yeah, there's all those offerings and more,
Right.
right? Including
Yeah.
the vitamin stuff and the scurvy and whatnot. But there's a lot of those classic moments that players are expecting too. Atlas at its core is a game about exploring, surviving, conquering the world with your friends and other pirates. But there's also those very
Where's
iconic
my,
pirate moments, intense ship battles with cannons, storming decks and clashing swords with other players, searching for buried treasure and rustling it away from people that don't want to part with their booty, even building your own bases and defending them, or raiding and looting
Wait,
other
where's
player
the,
bases. That's just a handful of items that are those really classic pirate moments that players are expecting that are in Atlas. There's a lot more that players can expect when they get into the game and actually play.
So Atlas's freedom, it's not just what
dashboard.
you can do in the game, but it's really how you can experience the game. There's a lot of options to how you can really interact with the world of Atlas.
Right, yeah, it's a very player goal-driven game, right? And so players set what they want to do and the stories that they want to tell in the game, and we give them the space and the tools to provide those stories for them to create, yeah.
All right, so let's talk
It
about
still works.
day one. You're launching
that
into
going.
Xbox Game Preview.
That's right.
All right, so that means that's the beginning of this voyage for Atlas on Xbox.
Exactly.
What can players expect on that first day?
Right, so again, we are looking to get into releasing on Xbox Game Preview on October 8th, so it's 2 weeks away. One of the things that we're really excited about is crossplay support. So we're actually going to be having Atlas be crossplay enabled for both Xbox and PC on day one at launch. So players on both platforms will be able to play together in the exact same worlds on all of our official servers. Something else that we're working on is keyboard and mouse support for Xbox, so players can look forward to that. But the one thing we
Thanks for
actually really
everyone
wanted to make sure
with,
Xbox players
just,
understand is
going.
that when we launch Atlas on Xbox, it's actually going to have full game parity with Xbox and PC. That means that whenever we push an update or we release new content for the game, Xbox and PCers will both get that simultaneously. It's not a different game for Xbox or a different game for PC. It's the exact same game across both platforms.
You're saying a lot of the right things here. So let's take out our spyglass and look a little bit, forward down the line of the game preview voyage for Atlas. I'm thinking back to you guys made Ark Survival Evolved. And I had a really wild run through early access. I remember playing it on this first week out, and I think I was like bashing a fish with a rock and then eating it raw,
Right.
like a proper cave person. 6 months later, I saw people flying on the backs of pterodactyls firing SMGs, and I was like, how is this the same game?
Sure, lots of changes over time, right?
What's that
Exactly. So
called?
why don't you talk a little bit about some of the changes we can expect down the line with Atlas?
Sure, so we're looking to follow a very similar approach with Atlas, right? Evolution over time, especially in game preview. So basically how we're going to treat future updates for Atlas, we're going to be rolling them out in sort of multiple phases. And so each phase will have sort of a specific area of the game that we focus on and that we tailor or make improvements to. For example, the first update that we're going to be really focusing on once we release on the 8th is going to be sort of general upkeep stuff, quality of life improvements for the game, bug fixes, performance increases, those sorts of areas. But then after that, the area of focus we're going to have is that the phase on seas,
I'm not
ships,
getting
and
one
sailing
reply to any of
updates.
these
Ships and
tweets.
sailing are such an important part of Atlas. It's really core to that
think
pirate fantasy. And so we
from,
want to make them an even
like
bigger
this
part of the game
ignoring
than
me.
they currently are. So that
Yeah,
means things like making
okay.
ships easier to acquire and easier to sail, new additional types of encounters on the ocean, new activities for players to do on their ships. You know, we want players to be able to enjoy themselves even more when they're out on their ships. So we're going to be focusing on updates that target those areas specifically. But the most important part of all this, honestly, especially in game preview, is going to be player feedback, right? So it's a continually evolving process. We want to get player input. And so we want to invite and encourage Xbox players to join us
It looks like a
both in our
fun
official
game.
forums and on social media, so they can also be a part of helping make Atlas that ultimate pirate experience together.
All right, what is that website?
I have
What is
trust
that-
issues with
you know,
people
where can people
online
find
games.
more about Atlas?
Sure, so you can visit us on
I
our
don't
official
play
website at
I don't play many online games.
We have an official Discord channel that players can join. They can chat in us. Sometimes devs drop in there too. And also on
people I
social media,
trust.
you can find all the latest news and updates there as well.
Eric, thank you
Seen
so
hackers,
much.
seen
Now, before I let you
mails.
go, I have to ask.
Well, like I get in the guy, get in a room, like
I don't know.
gonna have a guy.
It just waved.
It just
They're going to cut my mic now, and actually, I
Makes
really
every
deserve that.
normal
So let me use my
role.
last moments here on the show to debut the newest trailer for Children of Morta. This game's an action RPG roguelite where you gradually meet and unlock more members of your family as you play. It's kind of like Thanksgiving dinner, just without all the unnecessary political ramblings from my Uncle Yuri at the end of the table. He knows what he said. We're proud to share an in-depth trailer now, revealing some never-before-seen characters and the date of this very anticipated, much buzzed about game's Xbox debut. Please enjoy Children of Morta.
Children of Morta is an action RPG with a roguelite approach to character development, where you don't play a single character, but a whole extraordinary family of heroes. Hack and slash through hordes of enemies in procedurally generated dungeons, caves, and lands, and lead the family of Bergsons with all their flaws and virtues against the forthcoming corruption. Gameplay-wise, it's a unique mix of action-adventure RPG,
reminds me like the
roguelite,
top-down
and hack-and-slash
Diablo
game. By leveling
style.
up, you develop not
Well,
only individual
it didn't
characters,
really
but also the
have-
entire family.
Even sort of like the more
There
with
is
the
no
Alliance.
permadeath, and you can
Games
change
have
family members
had-
between the dungeon runs.
You know, the camera was a lot different. I think. I'm
The
sorry, I
story
think that
takes
was one of
place
the
in
problems. I didn't even
distant
mention that.
lands,
Was I
but
think
copes
that was one of
with
the problems.
themes and
Sometimes the
emotions
camera
common
didn't
to all of us. Love,
really work
hope,
that way because it was
longing,
they had the top down
uncertainty,
look like you usually had in the
ultimately
previous
loss,
games. You had
and
the
sacrifice we are
camera
willing
from
to make
behind,
to
and
save
it
the ones
really
we
hurt
care for
sometimes
the
because you couldn't
most.
see where we were going.
Ultimately, it's about a family of heroes standing
You're doing
against
it.
the
You couldn't
encroaching
move because the
darkness.
camera was locked in the position.
You can choose
That's
from
the
6
thing I
different
forgot to
family
mention,
members,
what
each one
the
having
game is,
unique skill sets. The father, John, a protective warrior with a sword and shield. The elder daughter, Linda, a precise archer. Kevin, a quiet fighter equipped with deadly daggers. Lucy, a lively and bold fire mage. Mark, a mindful martial arts fighter. And Joey, who smashes his enemies with a sledgehammer. Ranged attacks, magic spells, blocks, stuns, evasions, and passive skills. It's all there for you to discover, unlock, and upgrade. Check out different setups and find your preferred way of combat. In Children of Morta, there is no classical inventory system, but instead, there are dozens of items that you can randomly find on your way. They can give you passive buffs, modify your attacks, allow to spawn powerful totems, and more. And if you don't like what you find, you can always stop by a store and purchase stuff from a merchant. All the dungeons in the game are procedurally generated, which means their layout is different with each adventure. They can be
That's how the
2 or 4
roguelike
levels of each
that
dungeon,
procedurally
boss fight at the end.
like that, where
You can
everything
always
is
get back to previous
randomized.
dungeons
That's
to
part of
get
it too.
extra XP or
So like
finish
Finding
all the
Isaac, where
side
everything is
quests.
randomized. So
There are
no matter
3
how much you
different lands to
play,
discover.
everything is
Each one
you know
represents a different part of the Morta realm.
different.
The Chaldean
You don't run
Caves,
this the same.
the city of Barahut, and the land of Terra Lava, each filled with unique enemies, bosses, and challenges linked directly to the environment.
It's had the
around
replayability
you.
of a game like this.
Play with your friend, or wife, or mom. It's a game about family, after all. Currently, the game supports local co-op for 2 players, but online co-op is in development and will be added for free in a future update. Gorgeous, hand-drawn, stylish pixel art. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, so just take a look and embrace it. The game costs $21.99 and will be available on Xbox One on October 15th. Be sure not to miss it.
That seems oddly specific of a price. It said $19.99, $21.99.
Since we announced Project xCloud, everyone has asked one question. When can I get my hands on it? Well, luckily we're joined by Project xCloud Corporate Vice President Kareem Chowdhury to provide some updates on that. Kareem, great to see you.
You too, Larry. Always great to be with you.
Now, I know you're not just coming by to say, hey, things are going pretty good. You got some really good news coming up, don't you?
We do.
All right, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But first, can you bring people up to speed? What is Project xCloud?
Project xCloud is our technology platform to stream console games from the cloud. We're incredibly excited about it. We've been working really hard on turning our Xbox One console into a server version that we're deploying in Microsoft data centers around the world. We've been testing at home. We've been testing as employees. We've rolled it out to broader Microsoft. And now we're ready to take that next step where we invite the public to join our public preview.
Now, you and I have been working at Xbox for a long time, worked on a lot of different projects, but this Project xCloud is massive, isn't it?
It is. You're taking all the fun and joy and complexity of a console, all the joy and complexity of a games, and we're putting it together, deploying it in the data centers to be able to stream an experience to users wherever they are.
Now, I hear you at home. You're saying, hey, you said there's going to be news. What is the news? Kareem? Let's get to it. What do you have to share with us today?
Our public preview is starting in October, and we are opening our signups today.
That is exciting news. Now, if you want to go to the signups, you just need to go to the URL on the screen, right?
Exactly. And we're going to be in 3 markets where we're starting: the United States, the United Kingdom, and Korea. And we're going to be opening up the invitations. We're going to select people from who signs up, and we're going to start kind of small, and then we're just going to continually expand over time.
Once folks get into the preview, what can they expect?
Well, they can expect to play Xbox games in a way that they never have before on their mobile device. You know, the original Xbox launched with Halo, and so we're starting our public preview with Halo 5 Guardians.
Great news.
A title that I've loved and enjoyed. It's been great playing it on a phone. And we're going to have 3 other titles from our first-party studios in the preview as well. Gears 5, the brand new title that just shipped from the Coalition. Having an awesome time playing campaign and board.
It's a good game.
We're going to put
too
Sea
short.
of Thieves in there as well. I personally have been having a blast playing on my Project xCloud next to my kids on the couch while they're playing on our Xbox One X. And then a phenomenal fighting game I know Ricari will like, Killer Instinct.
Yeah, I mean, this is really exciting. I've had the chance to participate internally in our internal beta for quite some time and being able to play on the road. And I want to be very clear, you know, if you're playing something on your console, when you get into the program, it's just going to pick up your achievements, your save game, all of that just goes with you.
Exactly. We are not creating a separate ecosystem. So it's your account, it's your save game, your friends list, your multiplayer, your progression, your gaming history. It all flows between the two. So you can start Gears 5 on your console, and then you can pick up and play it on Project xCloud and vice versa. It's really up to you.
I can hear people at home smashing that URL right now to get in on it, but what do they need in terms of hardware to participate?
You need an Xbox One controller with a Bluetooth connection and an Android phone or tablet. We are starting on Android, and in terms of networking, we are going to work over Wi-Fi and a cellular connection.
So it's pretty much playing games on your phone.
Let's talk about that.
You're going to work with any mobile provider that you have in the 3 regions that we listed. We are working especially close with, through technical partnerships with T-Mobile in the United States, Vodafone in the UK, and SK
What's the
Telecom
point?
in
I
Korea
just play
to
it,
make sure
play
that we
at
have a
home.
phenomenal
Big screen,
experience
maybe.
for the customers.
I want to talk about Project
At
xCloud
first,
is one
it
part of
smells a little
Xbox
stupid.
game streaming. There's also another part called console streaming. Now, for those folks that can't puzzle it themselves, tell us what that means. What is the difference?
Right. Project xCloud is our technology to stream games from our cloud. Streaming from your home console is really just that. You have a console in your home that you paid for with games that you paid for. We're going to enable you to be able to stream those games to your mobile device as well while you're on the go. And we'll have more news to share about that at a future date.
All right, so there you go. Kareem's got the news for you. We're going to be rolling out the preview for Project xCloud in next month.
I'm sorry,
when they
but
participate, they just go to the URL on the screen to sign up.
games like Halo and
It's been an
Gears or
incredibly
any
exciting time
these or
because
any
I've
of
watched people both
aren't
on
really
my team
good
and
at-
Microsoft
they're not
get
look
to
really
enjoy
good on
games on Project xCloud,
fucking
and the
phone.
stories that they've been able to share have really been inspiring.
I'm
so
sorry.
I'm excited to invite the public in. We're going to expand over time.
I don't care
We're
how
gonna make it
good the
better
phone
every
is.
single week
It's just-
based upon
it's just
feedback. And I
little
want people
fucking
to
screen.
join us, have fun, play, and share their
I
Project X Cloud
play
stories.
on
Join
one of
us
my
on the
fucking
journey. Kareem,
40,
thank you so much
50
for
inch
today and sharing the
fucking
vision of
4K
how we're
TV.
expanding the way players can enjoy their favorite Xbox games. Once more, head to xbox.com/game streaming if you would like to express interest in participating in the Project X Cloud preview. And that's what we're all about here at Xbox, giving you the options to enjoy your favorite games however you want. And of course, a huge part of that is Xbox Game Pass. Kate Ricari, what do you have for us about that?
Well, thank you, Larry, for asking. And we've got plenty of games to make sure you don't lose that healthy TV tan. We just all want you to glow. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at all the games coming to PC and console through Xbox Game Pass.
PS5, Blair Witch.
That's right, coming up very soon, like in about 2 minutes soon, we'll have a fresh batch of new games coming to Xbox Game Pass for PC.
Ooh.
But first, we just released a gang of new games on Xbox Game Pass for console. Now, if you like seeing dudes with spiky hair scream a lot and punch each other,
That's just like Goku here, right?
too true, R-Town, which is why we've added Jump Force to Xbox Game Pass for console. Now, if you're already a member, you can download the Goku charges a spirit bomb.
It does take a while.
Okay, I've heard mixed things about that
Ritual
game,
of
but
Night and Lego Worlds, both available right now to download and play on Xbox Game Pass for console.
Oh yeah, awesome game.
ooh.
You know what? We could not. Now, Xbox is out here providing you with, let's be honest, more games than you will ever have time to play, because being an adult is
No
tough.
kidding.
It's our personal mission to make sure that backlog never disappears, and we're just getting started. On that note, let's check out what's coming soon to Xbox Game Pass for PC.
Ooh.
Xbox Game Pass for PC is already home to amazing titles like Gears 5, Blair Witch, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and Kingdom Come Deliverance, but we're just getting started. Here's a few of the titles coming to the service over the next few weeks. Fall is in the air, so put on that scarf and get ready to defend yourself from some pumpkin spice pillaging. In Bad North, you must defend adorable little villages from marauding Vikings, because let's be honest, marauding is just what Vikings do. Are you bored of racing games that offer humane levels of challenge? Do you want to restart every time you slightly miss a turn, or even think about missing a turn? Then check out Dirt Rally 2.0. Seriously, it's so tough, we gotta do it. We just have to. It might just be the Dark Souls of racing games. Cities Skylines is an urban planning sim that lets you cultivate the thriving utopia you wished you really lived in. Which is to say, yes, you can put your house on the same block as a Taco Bell. Enjoy this blast from the past, and we mean that very literally, since Saints Row 4, re-elected, has a dubstep gun. Yeah, remember when people like dubstep? That's
Oh,
just the tip of
God.
the ridiculous iceberg in a game where you, the President of the United States, are trapped in a simulation by aliens and must
This
fight
wasn't
your
a
way
bad
out.
game,
Kinda like
Saints
the
Row 4.
Matrix,
It just-
but with dubstep. Didn't really think I'd be saying that out loud today.
It's just, I
Whether
can
you're
understand some people
balancing
complain, oh, it's just
municipal
about like
votes or
3, but
presidentially
more
punching
superpowers.
aliens to dubstep,
I can
Xbox
see
Game
that.
Pass for PC is dedicated to
But
bringing
there's
you
there's
a
some good
variety
parts of it. I mean,
games.
the superpower
Make
stuff
sure to
is
check
really
out
cool.
the Xbox Beta app on September 26th for the next wave of games, and keep an eye on Xbox Wire and Xbox Game Pass PC on Twitter.
I feel like
for
3
up-to-date
and
information.
4, like Saints Row 3 and 4,
Look,
you
we told
definitely
you we
own
weren't
like.
kidding when we said we were
Three, I
just
mean, you get
getting
to, like,
started
4.
with Xbox Game Pass.
Not only are we adding new games to the Game Pass all the time, but we're also making improvements to the app itself.
We've got an Xbox Beta app update coming out in early October that includes UI enhancements to make it faster to browse your library. So I take it to mean the whole app has been replaced by a giant button that just says play Bloodstained Ritual of the Night right now.
And we're also bringing a whole new group of indie games to the service through ID at Xbox. And a third episode of ID at Xbox Game Pass is in the works, and the team is really excited to share their latest news.
That includes titles like Genesis Noir, a hard-boiled detective story that takes place during the Big Bang. That's right, that Big Bang, the one that created our reality as we know it. You know, you couldn't have dames, whiskey, and
That's
jazz without
sort
the
of
Big Bang, so
really
it makes
weird.
sense, right?
That is true, Ricardo. There's also Lonely Mountains Downhill, a game that challenges you to race down a mountain without wrapping yourself around a tree, or a rock, or another tree, or even bigger rock. I think you get the idea.
I do. Now, if either of those games weren't esoteric enough for you, then perhaps we can tempt you with a cult pinball action in Demon's Tilt. This game combines bullet hell shoot 'em up chaos with pinball action and a generous slather of pentagrams. It's hard to describe a better Friday night, if I'm being honest. Pentagrams, yes, that's my Friday night.
Generous slather itself. These are just a fraction of the amazing indie titles that the ID at Xbox team cannot wait to show you, with more games to come from publishers like Team 17, Daedalic Entertainment, Devolver Digital, and much more.
To see the full slate of indie games and get a special behind-the-scenes look at their development, check out the ID at Xbox Game Pass Fall 2019 Showcase on the Xbox YouTube channel on September 26th at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Now listen, if a cult pinball is just the tease, you know the full reveal is going to be good, so make sure to check it out.
The ID at Xbox Showcase may be a few days away, but you'll only have to wait a few minutes to see all the other amazing games we're featuring today.
So keep watching for an exclusive interview with the Outer Worlds senior narrative designer.
Who aren't familiar with the game, here's a deep dive in to the Outer
Why
Worlds.
Twitch in my internet decided to derp. Yeah, this was down Code Vein. It wasn't really much of anything. It's just like
Are you searching for exciting off-world
some anime guy, just some anime people fighting me.
basic aptitude test?
Not really much of
Then come
knowledge
to
that's
Halcyon,
giving anything about what the game is.
where prosperity
Doesn't really give me
awaits you in the
want to
stars.
buy it.
Owned and operated by
Xbox.
Earth's most distinguished corporations.
Play it.
Halcyon's colonists are guaranteed full employment. Enjoy a productive life in one of our many employment communities across Terra 2. You'll have access to every modern amenity. From
This is the game I and other people call
guaranteed housing and company-approved social clubs.
Fallout Space.
You never know
Because the
what
style
you'll
looks
find
like
on
it.
Terra 2.
It's like, but by the guy, it's a creative,
Hungry for adventure?
originally created Fallout.
Apply for a post on Monarch instead.
What are you doing it,
Gently
Twitch?
terraformed and pristine, Monarch is an alien world just waiting to be tamed. Enjoy the
I think it's
outdoors,
mine now.
hunt
It's-
local
it's
wildlife, and bring
still good.
civilization
It's like-
to wild places. Some restrictions apply. Monarch is currently undergoing renovation. See your local board representative for details. Yes, our colony has a place for everyone. Are you a brilliant scientist? Or do you prefer working with your hands? Have you been rejected from every other colonist program? What the fuck? Not to worry. Halcyon accepts the lowest aptitude scores of any Earth Directorate colony.
And that's a good thing?
Improve yourself through our career development program. Sharpen your reflexes. Strengthen your muscles. Practice your social skills.
Thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang.
Injured on the job? Don't worry. Our board-certified insurance program covers a wide range of conditions, like robophobia, permanent concussions, and fear of heights.
I don't think that was fear of heights. I think that was death by
That's
falling.
why all of Halcyon's workers have the means to defend themselves. We've got pointy weapons, sneaky weapons, brainy weapons, and shooty weapons. From Spacer's Choice to Hammersmith, your local grocer carries it all. Ammo sold separately.
Gross? Why would a grocer? What?
Come join our corporate family. You won't find a warmer,
Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day.
friendlier,
I'll give it credit.
or
This
harder
game
working
does
community
not
of
take itself
employees
this serious,
anywhere
at least in
the
the trailers.
universe. So don't wait. Sign those indenturement contracts and get on board the next ship bound for the outer
Because I mean, the game's not
worlds.
going to be anywhere near serious.
The Halcyon Colony, a better home for better people.
I think the sad thing about Raid Silvers and I heard a good thing about was it looked like it's an over top fun game. I haven't had that kind of thing
as promised, today we are joined by this
since
lovely
the Saints Row series.
Designer Megan Starks. You're going to talk to us more about Outer Worlds. We're so excited to have you here today, and I'm going to go there. Give us the planetary view. I did it, and I do it again.
Puns are welcome.
You know what I'm
totally
saying?
Fine.
Like, come on, it's Outer Worlds. Give us the planetary view. What does it look like? What is the game like?
Okay, high-level overview. The Outer Worlds is a new sci-fi single-player RPG from the creators of the original Fallout franchise, Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky, and Obsidian Entertainment, who made Fallout New Vegas.
So with this coming from the same developers that gave us Fallout New Vegas, what does that mean in terms of gameplay? Are we going to see familiar worlds in a sense, or gameplay? Like, take us through what we need to know.
Yeah, I would say if you like that game, you'll definitely enjoy this one. It's very similar because some of the team who made that game were also working on this game, and we did use it as a touchstone a little bit. But basically, it's like everything you would expect from a classic Obsidian RPG. It's story-driven, or player story-driven, basically. You know, the choices that you want to make impact the world, the way you want to role play in the game, all the different stuff that you want to do. And we also provide different play styles for each quest. So it's like, do you want to talk your way through? Do you want to do full-on combat, or do you want to sneak and do a stealth playthrough?
What if I want to run and gun? I can do that too,
Yeah, you
right?
can totally do that. Yeah, I know.
That's my
like,
play style. Look, you said whatever play
like,
style I want.
If you get me started, I just won't stop. But
well, that would explain why you're the senior narrative designer.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, basically it's like we have different, like, do you want to do crit path? Do you want to do side quest missions? And then also the NPCs will offer you like different types of quests, and you can decide which ones you want to do and how you want to play them out, which factions you want to side
Which again,
with, pit people against each
could
other.
probably play different ways.
Nice. Okay, so let's talk
It gives
skills,
it the
'cause we obviously have
replayability.
the typical strength skills, speed skills, but talk to us about the leadership skills.
Yeah.
Because that's something that we can use in this game.
Yeah, that's something brand new that we wanted to add in because we're all about the different types of play styles, like I mentioned. One of them is companion-based, which is, do you want to do your leadership skill? It makes you a more effective leader for your crew of companions that you can optionally recruit in the game. They will like interject in conversations. They have opinions about the world, but also makes them more effective in combat.
I do have a follow-up to this, which means, does this mean that I could hypothetically have an army of my own minions to go about and do my business? Because I've honestly been needing that for quite some time.
Well, a very small army, but yes.
I'll take it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Companions.
Yeah, I mean, you have like companion abilities, so you can tell them, like, I think people have seen Felix's drop kick where you're like, you know, go kick this old lady, or hopefully not. And then you also have, I mean, sometimes I do that.
You said
it's okay.
play the way that you want to play. So.
I mean, I see judgment here,
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying it might have happened in one of my playthroughs. I feel a little bad about it. But then we also have different perks. You can spec out their abilities, you know, their skills, however you'd like.
So we talked perks, abilities, skills, and whatnot. I want to talk weapons because I saw some crazy stuff. And I'm going to have to reference the card here because I know there's a shrink ray, but a mandibular rearranger. So
yeah.
take me through those
Okay,
two
so
and
we
what
do have different science weapons that you can find in the game. One of the playstyles we wanted to support is the whole mad scientist. We have a lot of research and development. Different cool things that you can come across, and if you find them, one of them is
What's
the
the point of
shrink
shrink ray
mandibular
thing
rearranger.
gonna
We do
last
have
one
others that you
second?
can find, but you'll have to play the game to get a hold of
Okay,
them.
yeah, look at that.
The
That
shrink
trick ray doesn't
obviously,
last
like,
long
shrinks
enough.
down your enemies, so they're
You're
bigger
gonna
and easier to
upgrade.
kill.
Jeez.
And the mandibular.
We get sound like
the
it's shrinking
mandibular
like
rearranger
big giant
like arranges
creatures.
your
It's shrinking
facial
like
features, so you might get like a giant
creatures
nose
the
and
size of a
tiny head and
dog.
stuff like that. So it's pretty funny.
Little weaponized Pablo Picasso.
Yeah, we're always trying to add in the humor in every aspect of the game. So yeah.
Well, Megan, thank you so much for bringing us through the wonders of science and letting me say Pablo Picasso on the show. So I think that hasn't happened enough. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank
to
you.
us about Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Right on. Obviously, the game looks incredible, and I cannot wait to shrink some heads and Pablo Picasso the H out of some peeps.
All right, it's going to happen. It's absolutely going to
100%, especially on Xbox Game Pass. Boom!
Well, stick right here because we got so many more wonders and delights coming on Inside Xbox. Speaking of which, we've got a peek at the latest Hitman 2 expansion in addition to a discussion with the
That comes out
developers
same
of
day as
After Party, a
Modern
game where you
Warfare.
have to
Wow.
get this, outdrink Satan to escape hell itself.
It's called a Tuesday, Ricari. But first, it's time to introduce you, all of you, to the wonders of very large men. Jeff?
We're talking about very large men.
What's going on
Taking
with
over
Gears
here.
5?
I'll
Chopped liver?
the sweatshirt and the suit. They're doing most of the lifting here in terms of
Sure,
size.
sure. Well, you do look swole.
Thank you. Yeah. We requested this desk just basically to hold
It
us up.
shows.
Well, unlike my body mass, Gears 5 has been growing and growing. Over 3 million players revved up their Lancers in the game's opening weekend. And all those players can look forward to a ton more content, can't they, Larry?
What type of content? Well, over the next 6 months, the folks at the Coalition are going to add 4 new characters, new versus maps, new modes, new escape hives, and over 400 customization items.
Is that right? 400.
That's what they're telling us.
That's what it said. All right, I trust you. 400 it is.
But wait! There's even more.
Okay.
We wanted to remind you
There's
guys
more.
that you can unlock Batista just by playing Gears 5, but listen to me. You have to play it before October 28th.
We're not asking too much of you here.
Once the window's closed, the character goes back into the vault.
And we had lost that combination long ago. So it's a really good game, and you know that's a bonus. And speaking of bonuses, did you know you get 7 days of Xbox Game Pass with
what? How?
Every specially marked can of Rockstar Energy drink. And by golly, what a coincidence. It just so happens that Gears 5 is on Xbox Game Pass.
All right, so if you don't have the game already, you can get access to
That's
it
one
for
of the
7
things
days.
I love, the fact that
Unlock
they give
Batista,
credit for
get a
Xbox.
nice
I said this
caffeine
on
buzz
the.
going.
Wait, I said
Actually,
thank you.
and
He
on
gave.
top of that,
He,
get this
I didn't even have to
lovely
download the
recyclable
game. I would.
100% recyclable.
I went
This design
turn
is
on.
actually from UK-based illustrator Luke Priest, who has done work
I
for
turned on
Marvel,
Xbox. It was
Lucasfilm,
there. It
and
was already
Metallica.
pre-downloaded
So I'm
and
thinking,
everything. I was
he's
like, thank
probably
you,
perfect for,
Xbox.
making art.
I don't know how they do it on the play, but
in space.
because I played the other Gears games, but
and frankly, who doesn't?
it's a
You
nice
can
little
grab
surprise.
a 7-pack of 4K wallpapers, get all those numbers, from the Microsoft Store, absolutely free.
All right, Larry, you got some more hardware goodies.
I'm just guessing only because
Don't
that Game Pass.
Take a look at that. But wait, we're not done.
No gloves?
Here you go. Okay. I got some
God,
brand new
like
bundles.
a
No, I
Need for
forgot the glove
Speed.
stain. I mean, these bundles are so new, they're shipping today.
All right, be careful. We're going to have to put them in the
Alright,
truck. We've
like
got
a
a brand new
Speed.
Xbox One S and Xbox One X bundle that each includes a full download of the award-winning Forza Horizon 4 and the very excellent
Oh, I will say
Lego
this, it goes
Speed
together.
Championship expansion.
And for those of you that already have an Xbox, Forza Horizon 4 is available on Xbox Game Pass.
Bit of a, trend here happening.
Yeah.
Chances are you've had at least one friend tell you how good Forza Horizon 4.
It's good.
And it was you in this case, and you were not lying.
If you haven't played it yet, go out and grab one of these bundles right now. And hey, speaking of Minecraft,
we weren't speaking about
we are
Minecraft.
now.
Okay.
Minecon Live is just around the corner. Let's take a quick look at what you can expect from this year's virtual event.
I really just don't want the audience to miss that Minecon Live will stream on September 28th at noon Eastern US. Or whatever time that is, in whatever country or whatever time zone you are in.
You can watch Minecon Live from anywhere in the world.
The live event kicks off
You were
this Saturday,
trying
September
to-
28th at 12 noon Eastern.
That is 9 a.m.
What
here in
were
the
you
Pacific time
trying
zone.
to
And for Graham,
do?
it's 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time.
Actually, the UK is on British summertime right now, so
Oh.
that would be 5 p.m.
And we certainly couldn't forget all of our viewers in lovely Adelaide, Australia.
Yes, we are looking forward to seeing you bright and
I mean,
early
were you
on
trying to
Australian
talk down a
Central Standard
creeper?
Time, which is 1:30 a.m. on September
How is
29th.
that going to
That's
work?
real time zone, actually, and I think that's probably all of them.
There's only 5 time zones? All right, well, here we go. Make sure to follow Minecraft's Mixer, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch channels to catch all the news, content creators, and those announcements.
Yeah, and since Minecraft is truly the world's game, take that, soccer.
Yeah.
We'll have creators from all around the world streaming the event in 10 different languages. C'est si bon.
Oui, oui, oui. You can find more info about those creators and more at minecraft.net/Minecon. And now we whisk you from being the master of your own Minecraft server to being the master of your own nation.
We're talking about Tropico 6. It is currently in Xbox Game Preview, and then it will officially release as a
Tropico, that's what I
1.0
think.
on
I
September
keep thinking.
27th. That's coming up in just a
I
couple
keep
days,
thinking.
giving you the opportunity to become El Presidente, the world's
Civilization,
greatest
Tropico
dictator.
mixed up.
You can raid foreign lands, steal their wonder.
That's sort of
Customize your
that sort
palace.
of idea,
Deliver
but
moving
Tropico, I
election
just explored with
Please
it.
take your shoe off the counter, Larry.
It's just
and
like
most
too much of a
importantly, you
pain.
can grow a
I
much
love the
bigger
Civilization.
beard than
I used to love the
Anybody
Sim City
But even
type
with the
games.
bushiest of beards won't make you a great
And
dictator
then he
if you
turned
weren't
Sim
always
City
looking
into
for some
jet.
angle to just save a little bit of money. Well, we've got you covered there.
That is correct. For the next few days, you can get the special early bird price if you buy Tropico 6 while it is still in Xbox Game Preview. Then, when the game officially launches, again, just a couple of days, September 27th, it'll update to the final official release.
See, that's the kind of savvy business dealing that befits a great dictator
Not sure
with
it's
a thin
complimenting
beard.
me. Very thin beard. If only we could do a little bit more for that.
All right, I guess we have something to look forward to for the next show.
I do expect to see, I think people would like to see at XO Major Nelson with the beard.
Yeah, no.
Right? No?
think so.
People don't care.
Okay.
Okay, well, we may not have those bushy beards just yet, but we do have grizzled stubble working on that, courtesy of John Bernthal and Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Kate, take us to Tough Guy Town.
Jeff and Larry, words cannot convey how delighted I truly am to do just that.
Double.
John
I've got
Bernthal
better
is hot.
stubble than he does.
If like me, you've been waiting to crawl around in mud and talk in a gravelly voice, and you'll be able to do very soon with this beta announcement from Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
It's only by working as a team that you can rise.
Hello, Ghost and Xbox fans. I'm John Bernthal. I play Cole Walker in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. We're putting the finishing touches on Aurora, so feel free to download the beta from September 26th to September 29th. Hope you enjoy. See you there, Ghost.
And you will see me there, John Bernthal. You can pre-order the beta right now. So preload the beta, excuse me. It's ready to go on September 26th. Now, I live life by one very simple life rule, and it is do whatever Mr. Bernthal tells me to, which is why I'm especially excited to see what's coming next. John Bernthal portrays the game's villain. Wanted to share some of his approach with everyone here, so please enjoy this
Oh,
punishing
that's
look
again one of those
at Breakpoint's
multiplayer
Cole
games
Walker.
that looks.
Do you get
Oh,
it?
it's single player
You play
more
the
single player,
Punisher?
but it's look like
Do you
it's
get
something
it?
fun. I mean, it's joy shooters. I've gotten really joy shooters more and more.
Raised to be the alpha, trained to follow. Alas, the beast can't be tamed that easily.
Cole Walker, he's grown deeply.
We've been playing a lot of shooters this year.
with the,
Last year, like
state of
Gears and
affairs,
Halo, and
with the Ghosts. He thinks that their moral compass,
It's not really
their
surprising.
set of rules are holding them back and keeping them from attaining the mission at hand. I think he develops this new code that's born out of his frustration, born out of his anger, born out of his the pain for the loss of the men that have died under his watch. And I think what he thinks is because of these rules. So he's developed this new philosophy, and he's got this new band of soldiers that are.
It's always nice
and,
that so many.
Look, I know he's looked at as the antagonist.
He's
of the game,
a really good guy,
it's
really
my
good
job
actor.
not to
I liked
judge
him in
It's my job
the
to
Punisher.
to
And
empathize with
yeah,
him.
I still
believe
haven't
in
watched
him.
both seasons of Punisher on Netflix.
You know, with him being on set the entire time, you know, he's Green Beret.
It's really good. Shane
This
and
project from the
in The
beginning
Walking
had
Dead.
a real dedication towards authenticity. He had a really specific sort of way that not just how Cole moved and handled his weapon and protocol, but also for mindset. And I think that's really what's kind of most important. And I think anytime you get the honor of portraying a vet, it's a huge responsibility. You know, this kind of process with mocap is you have to have one flawless take. There's no place to hide. There's cameras everywhere. I come from the theater, so I really dig that. You rehearse it till you get it perfect. I think it just brings everybody's game up, and I really enjoyed that part of the process. I was really humbled by how much this game
I can
means to the
imagine
people that are making it. I knew from the
with
second I got
mocap,
there
it could
just
be,
how
well,
important this was to
just
them.
say,
It's
it could
no
be very
different
hard.
from, you know, a great television
You
show.
gotta make sure
movie,
you have
you're
spots where
following
you
a
are,
filmmaker,
because you
following a
want
group of artists
the
who are
characters to go
absolutely
right way.
committed
You
to
know,
doing their
you don't
best.
have
That's what drives me
always,
100%.
you know, the scenery.
And by tooth and
But it seems like they have played. They had like little rope off areas that don't go this way, or you know.
Now, we've still got plenty of awesome games coming up for you guys,
That's
including
smart.
a look at DayZ's new Livonia expansion, a pub crawl through hell and after party, and advanced info on XO19. But first, we know you haven't gotten your fill of bald badasses, so here's some news from everyone's favorite assassin, party clown, sports mascot, whatever you want to call him, it's Agent 47. The next and final expansion for Hitman 2 takes Agent 47 to Haven Island, a tropical paradise in the Maldives.
Yeah, I
those
played a little bit of
thus far, Haven
Blood
Island
Money
takes place just after the events
back
of the last New York expansion. And
years
we'll probably
ago
let you
before
bash one over the
casting
head
it.
with a coconut
I
if
thought it
had
was
to guess.
fun.
What's more exciting than that?
I
Maybe
just
this.
I never
Haven
got back
Island
around
is
to
available
finishing
today
it.
for expansion pass and
Oh.
gold edition
I
owners.
probably would like it more.
Check out this intro to the expansion.
I
Enjoy the high life.
I played more game, but variety game. That was like whenever I played it.
So, this is paradise.
If you can afford.
Gentlemen, glad to hear you made it out of New York. Where are we?
Olivia decrypted the data 47
Taste of
recovered
her-
from the bank.
become
We
more
isolated
variety,
3
I mean.
transactions from Providence partner accounts, all made out to Haven, a small corporation operating out of the Maldives.
And what does Haven do?
To the public, they specialize in reputation management for the rich and
So
famous.
I think I have.
Real money, however,
I know I have
comes
the
from
most
covert
recent, the
reconstruction
first
of
season,
identities for wealthy
first
criminals.
more recent Halo
They make
game.
people
Halo Hitman game, because that was free on Xbox.
Are using Haven to acquire new
Complete. Complete.
Yes. Olivia's been attempting to
All
hack
the
Haven
episodes.
servers, but the owners of Haven are manually
first
resetting the access keys
of this
every 10
new
hours.
Hitman series.
That, unfortunately, makes them targets.
Wasn't Blood Money or something like that free on Xbox? Like
Haven Island
2, I
is
think.
a true tropical paradise. Owned by the company's founder, Tyson Williams, the island is used by Haven as a combined headquarters and client entertainment center. Current and potential clients are ferried to the island and treated to the very best the Maldives have to offer. Michelin star chefs, a full massage spa, private huts, exercise facilities, and all the comforts of a luxury island resort are made available to them.
New life awaits.
47. We'll be sending you in as a potential new client. We've put together a convincing cover story. You're Mr. Reaper, a thief for hire looking to disappear for a while. Your mission on the island is simple. You need to eliminate the 3 owners of Haven. Tyson Williams, founder and rumored tyrannical CEO of Haven. Ludmila Vetrova, a former confidence artist hired by Williams to serve as a client recruiter and handler. And Stephen Bradley, technical wizard and the brains behind Haven's proprietary software platform.
With the owners gone, Olivia will be able to penetrate the Haven servers long enough for her to secure the new partner identities.
I've uploaded all the information we have on the island and the 3 targets. Best of luck, gentlemen.
I don't rely on luck.
Well, a little wouldn't hurt.
Now you realize that skill. He's very good at what he does. Looks like that was the intro.
Nothing beats seeing a joyless Agent 47 in a tropical paradise, right? Completely dressed for it. But when it comes to sheer quirk, the developers behind Felix the Reaper might have 47 beat. If you're unfamiliar, Felix the Reaper is a romantic comedy about the most romantic and comedic guy around. Who's that? Death. Felix the Reaper comes to us from developer Kong Orange, and
romantic comedy involving
the
the
game that is
Reaper.
bringing you such a heartfelt
That
story
sounds
is
weird.
offbeat. But they're awfully friendly. They actually produce their own behind-the-scenes mini-doc as a way to say hi, so let's take a look.
Death is dancing on some historical images. And that seemed so much fun that we thought there's some kind of game hidden in here. It's funny to look at, and it immediately says, make a game about me. He draws how stuff is supposed to look. Felix the Reaper is a shadow manipulation puzzle. It's in 3D, but at the core of the whole thing, it's about making people die. Once you've figured out how to manipulate the shadows, you solve little adventure plots that will
This game even looks
lead up
weirder
to
than
the
it.
time,
We're in the
like they're
premise.
supposed to in the plans of the Ministry of Death. He sculpts stuff. When you meet Felix the first time in the game, you almost immediately find out that he likes to dance. He's been practicing that for a while, and it turns out he hopes to one day be able to run into Betty the Maiden and ask her to dance. So it's sort of his master plan. Stuff move and act. It looks really nice when a chubby guy like him dances the way he does. It sort of has this inherent comedy to it that is both relatable. You don't laugh at him, you kind of feeling joy with him. Codes, so you don't have to. In Felix, we work with dancers and musicians and historians. And when we get inspired from all their talent and all their skill, it feels like we can make a deeper game where the entertaining aspect has more impact because it has the weight of all this skill and talent in these people. Things get sound because of him. In a sense, this is taking death more serious. We actually sort of cherish each person dying in this game because there's a lot of build-up and humor around it. More than just having it be some sort of mechanic where people have to die for you to move on. Even if that is what we do, we spend a lot of time making sure people die.
Actually, if I went to the Nashville area, the guy from I can't remember what the hell that last name is. Because Recon game that's been Walking Dead and
October 17th. Here we go.
Marvel Netflix shows
gonna
be
you'll be able to play Felix the Reaper day and
FanFest.
date on Xbox Game Pass. That's October 17th. And now, are you serious? I have to segue out
Get
of
back to the
death?
Nashville, so if anyone's in
Challenge
that
accepted.
area.
Now we're taking you from 6 feet
January.
under to a mile high. Yes! Nailed it. The 4th DLC for Ace Combat 7 adds a whole new mission in which you have to capture an advanced submarine codenamed Alicord. The new DLC adds some new game mechanics, including an electronic support area that helps you lock onto enemies super quickly, and electronic countermeasure areas that will do the exact opposite. So pilots, it's time to sortie for Operation Sighthound, beginning tomorrow on Xbox.
It's a requiem. Set off as soon as we're ready.
Our objective is to capture an advanced submarine in harbor at Artiglio.
The sub's force projection capabilities.
Seriously, I never really seen anything on it.
A real monster if there ever was one.
Down quite a few, but haven't even made a dent. Retreat not authorized.
Everything good.
Our hot shots won't even last 5 minutes.
This boat has the means to end this hideous war in a definitive and elegant manner.
What is his goal?
I was always looking for.
I see 3 strikes. Get him.
I'm gonna screw you up so
I was looking for new games to expand on and play.
No longer belongs to the Erusian military.
That monster will roam the ocean.
The world shall be horrified by the number of lives we will take.
I will say this is one thing. It probably drive me crazy while playing it. Higher in the air is.
And so I want you to understand that I'm not blaming you for getting us killed and sent to hell.
What do you want?
2 dead orphans.
It's a
And
weird
I'm
name for a drink.
Get back home is the worst idea you've ever had.
Okay, well, Lola, what are you saying?
What the fuck? I've never seen this one already. Find a way out of hell?
I'm just saying you should pace yourself.
After party.
Lola, can you get alcohol poisoning in hell?
Oh, Lord.
Feels kind of wrong to do this interview without a drink in my hand, but I will try my hardest. And I'm joined by the also sober, I think, Night School Studio Director Sean Krankel to talk about After Party. Hey, Sean. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's really good to see you. We just saw this trailer for After Party. So why don't you tell us what After Party is all about?
Yeah, if you couldn't tell from the trailer, it is about 2 best friends who have just died after graduating college, which sounds like a pretty awful situation. But fortunately, as they are in line in hell about to get processed to figure out their eternal hell,
it's Captain Obvious over here.
Loophole. And if you can get invited to Satan's after party, or sorry, his nightly party, you can actually outdrink Satan, and he will grant you re-entry to Earth. Nobody's ever done it before, so that's what the game is about. Is just these 2 best friends sort of exploring the underworld on this.
Yeah, that's gonna go well.
I'm just committing that to memory.
Let's try to drink the Lord of Hell.
Later. So,
no one has ever been done.
A couple years back to your previous game, to Night School's previous
These
game,
fucking lists are saying this.
2016. Immediately ended up on a lot of the 10 best lists of the year, including mine. I know you read my live journal, where it did make it in there. And the game is available on Xbox Game Pass. And between now and release, please download Oxenfree, play it. I've never seen a game that handles conversation better than that. But the tone here is a little bit different. That game, sort of a realistic setting where like fantasy and paranormal things happen. It's turned on its head for After Party.
Big time, yeah. I mean, for us, I think after completing Oxenfree, which was a pretty serious game, set in a setting that felt quite familiar, we wanted to flip that and go, let's be really fun and do a ton of world building. And instead of having a cast of only, 2 or 3 characters, why don't we look at a cast full of, this one has over 200. So it really, I think for us, it was important to carry over the connective tissue of Oxenfree, which is the dialogue system, the ability to walk and communicate, but how do we amp that up? So it was really about now, Milo and Lola Lola going through this almost R-rated version of a Pixar movie, and we created our own hell basically for that, and them explaining that.
I've played the game at GDC and I think at PAX, and we've seen a number of trailers now. This isn't your grandfather's hell. This is like, hell looks kind of cool, I guess. Like, so tell us what went into that.
Well, we wanted to start somewhere that was more fun than the usual pitchforks and, you know, heavy metal and orange.
It looks
and
kooky.
blood,
I mean, I don't
which
know.
there's,
Just...
you know, a fair amount of that in the game as well, but we wanted our hell to be more like a nightlife that you'd want to explore. So there's a whole host of different districts, you know, some that feel like Shibuya, some that feel like you're in Amsterdam, some are like New York, and they're all connected to the River Styx. So we've got, you know, our demons are people that are working all day torturing people, but at night they gotta go out, they gotta go drink, they gotta go kind of let their hair down. And the humans that are getting tortured also actually coexist with these other demons. And so, like, our hell is sort of this mix of all religions. We basically treat, like, every afterlife from every religion as if it were correct. And so we've combined that into our own, you know, strange version of the underworld.
Hence some of the loopholes, apparently.
Yes, yes.
So let's talk about drinking, and let's talk about like how that actually works in the game and how it affects what is happening and what you're doing.
So yeah, drinking and partying in general in the game is such a crucial theme. And so early on, we're like, let's prototype all these various types of drinking. We had pee meters and we had you blacking out. None of these things were fun. So we were like, how do we hone in on the fun aspects of it? There were pee meters, there were people puking. It was a mess. But we veered much more into this territory of like, maybe drinks can feel like a potion, almost like a Harry Potter thing that will sort of amplify the communication style. So in Oxenfree, the script was much more about just like there's 3 options that the player can say, and that's it, and that's how you progress through the game.
Drinking
But in this,
alcohol,
if you're in
they're
any
not
bar,
drinking.
there's 5 or 6 different drinks, and each drink can change your personality, and that will change the entire script. So if you want to talk like a pirate, there's a drink for that. If you want to talk like a mobster, there's a drink for that. If you want to be flirty, all these variety of drinks and concoctions then change how you interact with everybody inside of the game. And so that's
kind
not
of
just a fun
alcohol
flavor thing,
are they
it's also
fucking
a
serving
strategic
hell?
thing. Like you might not want to flirt with the giant evil demon you're playing beer pong against, or maybe you do, because maybe it'll throw them off.
There were so many different endings in Oxenfree with just those 3 solutions. I'm imagining like your narrative board is like Charlie from It's Always Sunny, where it's just like, you know, all these interconnected things. I cannot wait to
I got a
see
question.
just
How do they
how
hit
many
up in
different,
hell?
you know, how my adventure unfolds compared to, you know, somebody else's. Before you go, again, play the game.
Obviously, they die, but why did they end up in hell? I mean,
Is
that's
some really great voice talent. I feel like some people are
Ended
familiar.
up in heaven.
Who are we going to be conversing with?
Yes, so our 2 leads are Janina Gavankar and Koi Dowd. Janina, you know, she was in Star Wars Battlefront, but she's also got this illustrious career, of course, in TV and film. And then Koi is in a ton of different anime. He's also Detective Pikachu. So yeah, he's great. So the 2 of them, I just love seeing them interact because they're very similar to their characters. But, you know, in Oxenfree, we had a very limited cast. This, having 200 characters means we have a massive cast. So we've got, we were fortunate enough to have Dave Fennoy as Satan, which
good casting.
He's just perfect. We actually brought back Erin Yvette, who was the lead in Oxenfree. She plays your personal demon in this, named Sister Mary Wormhorn, who tortures you over the course of the game. You know, we have Ashley Birch, just a huge, massive cast of incredible talent. We're very fortunate.
Suffice to say, not a lot of games out there like this, and it's something we'll all be looking
No
forward
kidding.
to. So, Sean, thank you so much for coming by to talk After Party, and for teaching me that we're all going to need strong livers to survive the afterlife. And while drinking may cure woes in the afterlife, it won't help me survive around in DayZ. But knowledge is power, so Rukari juices up with the latest on the DayZ expansion.
All right, well, up next, we're excited to show you the next big expansion coming to DayZ. Livonia spans a massive 163 square kilometers and provides sunny summer terrain with lots of forest locations to help you reenact your favorite Ewok-style ambushes. No joke! Start screaming Ewok stuff into your mic when you jump out of some bushes, it totally will freeze people up. Usually I would scream my favorite artist. I prefer Carly Rae, but we won't go into that. All right, now in addition to the new map, this expansion adds lots of new content that can be used in Livonia and the main game, including, can't believe I'm gonna say this, a bear. Like a big, hairy, likes fish, leaping like an actual bear. I'm gonna stop making jokes before Reddit gets mad at me, but check out this trailer for Livonia coming to DayZ on November 13th. Now, before we get out of here, we wanted to give y'all an update on our next big event.
That's right, XO19 takes place in London, November 14th through the 16th, and we could not be more excited.
We're more excited, Larry.
We're thrilled to celebrate with the UK with the entire team. That means gaming royalty will be there. Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, Xbox Game Studios, and
Major Nelson. Will Major Nelson?
Yeah, that's the gaming royalty right there.
You're right there. Exactly. Now, we're already working on a ton of announcements for the show, not to mention just celebrating Xbox along with all of you, the fans.
Well, if we're celebrating along with the fans, that means we got to get all dressed up. Cosplay contest? Group cosplay contest?
Cosplaying, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's do it. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Master Chief, maybe. Short Master Chief. Speaking of sweating through your clothes, last year's event in Mexico City was such a blast. Literally like a life event for us. Being up there on the stage, never felt anything like that. If we have 1/10 that much energy in London, this will be something to remember.
I know you can bring it in London because tickets for our celebration go on sale October 1st, with all proceeds benefiting Special Effect, a nonprofit that does incredible work in the UK to help bring the joy of gaming to those with physical disabilities.
All right, we want to see all of you there, so grab your tickets on October 1st at xbox.com/X019. Yes, that's X0. You say XO, but it's really a 0.
You know, I think both will work on the website. Give it a try. All right, if you can't join us in person, we'd still like you to join us digitally.
That's right. Inside Xbox will be back live from the event November 14th, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. What time is that in London?
8.
Okay, he's got it. 8 p.m. British summertime with all of the news, the reveals, and this feel-good scripted banter that you love from Inside Xbox.
And boy, does it feel so good. This will be our biggest episode of Inside Xbox yet. Let me just say that one more time. Biggest one yet. Absolutely packed with announcements. Plus, we'll have additional programming throughout the 15th and the 16th to celebrate all the big announcements from the show.
And don't forget, if you want to toss your hat in the ring for Project xCloud testing in October and beyond, head over to xbox.com/game streaming. We're starting small in October, but we'll open up more spots for participants, add more games, and we'll keep all of you updated on the progress.
Biggest show ever. We're going to be held to it, so we'll see you on November 14th, live from XO19 in London.
Now, from all of us here in sunny Seattle, thank you for watching today's episode of Inside Xbox.
And we love the sun so much, we're going to London, so tip your servers, try the fish and chips, and we will see you at XO19.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Cheerio.
That was my that wasn't too exciting. Yeah. Games weren't that good. I mean, the one interesting game, Code Vein, they showed like a big clip, and it was like really didn't tell us anything about the game. It's about vampires, vampires, and like they really tells us much about the game. Yeah. I mean, look, interesting. Well, we said, man, it looks interesting, and always how's that guy standing in the heat in hot areas in a freaking suit like that? Neither are really freaking. I'll say this PlayStation's was better only because at least it was shorter. And some of them, some of the indie stuff is nice, cute, but I wanted to see more on like stuff on like Game Pass and nothing. Yeah, at least at least they had Last of Us 2. Which, by the way, I said this on Twitter before I got on and said, well, let's go see what Dr. Battle real quickly. Jump Force. Oh yeah, Bloodstain. Night. Maybe if we're gonna play the other one, Dark October, for fine time if that one and do, try it a little bit. The Curse of the Moon is shorter, so it doesn't take me. Maybe tried it, and then talked about the Snore by the Cloud because it's on phone game. Alice Pirates. Again, it's a multiplayer game, so it's really just like. Again, Code Vein was just really nothing, and then Tropico 6 was Recon Breakpoint looked fine if it was a online only. It was sort of underwhelming more than anything. It felt underwhelming. Felt like a lot of, at least PlayStation was only 20 minutes, so it wasn't like, oh, this was over an hour. It just dragged on a little too much. So I think it didn't help. I don't got much else to say. I had to down them. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. We're gonna be back tomorrow. On Wednesdays, I'll be show 19. And then, and then Thursday, remember, Deluxe recent with the race of the Great Decay in the morning. Let's see. Ooh, Bloodstain is up now. Wow. It's up for us. Wow. It was sad. This was a game I was really sad that didn't supposedly wasn't that good. Because it looked fun. Yeah, look at that. 43% gave it 1 stars. Okay, that's not really. Yeah, unfinished game. Don't want to see money on it. Should wait till 2020 to put the game on sale. Had so much hype and disappointed. Ranking the ability to even play shit. Yeah, this is sad. It was such, I've been wanting a jump, showing a jump fighting game on console. I think the last one that was here was Jump Stars. That was here. That was a few, that was on the 3DS. So that was always sad. It's like, oh man, it sucked, and I'll download this. I'll definitely download this. 13 out. Oh, stall it just in case it needs something extra. I like to have backups all the time because you never know what happens. But there's actually, let's read thought earlier. I was thinking that earlier is next year's Halloween-a-thon was gonna be packed with Luigi's Mansion 3, Doom Eternal. I does both pre-order and with Last of Us 2 announced for next year. So yeah, so that'll be out by the time next year's Halloween-a-thon. So yeah. So that'll be fun to play. Unfortunately, I gotta wait. I have to put spoilers for 8 months. That's on problem. Back to schedule. Sorry. I want to do something to hill real quickly. Yeah, well, it was a Hitman game. Hitman, yeah, Blood Money. That was. And we have Hitman this version too. Don't need that anymore. Thank you, Xbox Self. Always once I'm done with game, I know I'm not gonna play. I always get rid of the save room. Definitely run on there because I can always re-download it. That one, I don't think going away on Game Pass anytime soon. But yeah, Thursday, like I said, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Racing, the great to get in the morning, and Thursday night will be the last playthrough for September with Ratchet Clank 2016. I'll begin on Thursday, on Friday, and then maybe wrap it up Saturday night. We'll see. Sunday is dedicate WTK19 afternoon, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Racing. Maybe on Sunday, and on Monday we'll either be Ratchet Clank. Definitely Rapid Ratchet Clank, or I've changed 2 episodes 4. Alright, this might take a night to relax right before the Halloween-a-thon, because next Tuesday, the Halloween-a-thon 6 begins with The Evil Within Day 3, a continuation from actually 2 years ago. I meant to get back to it last year, just for various reasons we didn't. So, yeah. That'll be beginning next Tuesday. That's if I'm scheduled in the channel to follow. But we got lots of games going. Like I said, we're doing Ratchet Clank this weekend. Next week we get Halloween-a-thon 6, which will include Evil Within, like I said, Bloodstain, the Horror South Park DLC, yeah, Walking Dead the final season, the last 2 episodes. Finally, we're gonna play in the last 2 episodes because they came out this last season. I have not been spoiled at all on them. I have been waiting. I've been waiting a year for this. So yeah, Catherine, and then Retro 2033. We're gonna finish that, and then we're gonna finish off the Halloween-a-thon with Biohazard, Resident Evil 7, and we're gonna do because it's coming out Halloween. Hey, Nintendo. This is what made me angry. This made me angry. Nintendo decided to put it out on Halloween. I said it'd be nice to come out in October, not on Halloween. but it's okay. We'll save most of it for next year. We'll do it on Halloween. We just Mansion 3. So that's a bunch of the games we got planned upcoming for next month, and then got Tales of Vesperia coming up. November to December, Pokemon Shield. So much good stuff coming up. So follow me on social media, assuming the Go Live, Twitch, Channel, all games, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube page, follow the places, Pat Pin feature, including our previous Halloween-a-thons, including All the Walking Dead, the first 2 days of the Evil Within, first day of Metro 2033, and lots more good box reviews, right? Ranks reviews, convention reviews, all kinds of good stuff. Also got Discord, we're doing more with Richard. And if you want the cast out some ways on the referrals, save you money, and watch on the VODs on YouTube. All of this can be found in the info section down below. I know. That's real awkward. Get out of this totally. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna be back tomorrow. That'll be the show. So yeah, I'm not sad. Not it was worth it for The Last of Us Part 2, but I don't know. This wasn't worth doing it for the Xbox, so it is what it is. Some are sick and some are good, and you miss the good ones, and you sometimes sit around for the bad ones. Yeah. Can't be helped. What's in the actor business now? I have no money to buy anything. Erase this Spyro. That's a hell of a deal to get Spyro and Crash arrested together. But yeah, let's get. Till next time, we're going everyone.